Spoiler warning? This article contains spoilers for Season 2 of Only Murders in the Building. Steve Martin recently talked about retiring from acting after the Hulu series Only Murders in the Building finishes, which is sad news for fans of the talented comedic actor. Martin's performance as Charles Hayden Savage is pitch perfect and hilarious, and Martin Short and Selena Gomez are amazing as Oliver Putnam and Mabel Mora as well. Similar to Season 1, Season 2 focuses on a mystery for all 10 episodes and features many plot twists. Every episode sees the trio discovering new information and becoming one step closer to learning who killed Bunny Folger. It's definitely tough to wait for the Season 2 finale. 9. There are secret passageways in the Arconia. There are many Only Murders in the Building Season 2 suspects, and at the start of the season, the trio learn that there are passageways between each apartment. Since this was a huge secret, that changes the plot entirely. This is a massive twist that makes viewers wonder if the person who murdered Bunny was hiding behind each unit. While Oliver seems to think that the passageways are fun and interesting, Charles and Mabel are understandably creeped out. This discovery proves that the killer has full access to any part of the building and that they always could be spying on the trio on a regular basis, which is incredibly eerie. 8. Bunny and Charles could be half-siblings. Charles is terrified to find a painting that belonged to Bunny in his apartment. It turns out that Charles' father is depicted in the artwork, and Charles realizes that he and Bunny might have been half-siblings. This is shocking as fans had no idea that Charles even knew Bunny at all besides, of course, being her neighbor for a long time. In the Season 2 finale, it's likely that fans will learn more about Charles and Bunny's connection to one another. It's safe to say that most fans don't think that Charles had anything to do with her demise, but it's powerful that Charles has so many questions about his family history and background. 7. Teddy could be Will's father. Teddy Demas is one of the least likable Only Murders in the Building characters as Hess a criminal, and he becomes even worse in Season 2 when Oliver is devastated to learn that his son Will might actually be Teddy's. Near the end of Season 2, Teddy lets Oliver know that he slept with Roberta, Oliver's ex-wife. While this is terrible news for Oliver, it's a smart plot point that proves that Teddy and Theo are still connected to the trio, no matter how much they want to move on from the events of last season. Oliver's discovery shakes him to his core and makes him realize that even if he isn't Will's biological dad, he is still the only father that Will has known, and he will continue to love and support his child. 6. Charles visits Jan in prison. The conclusion of episode 4 Here's Looking at You is chilling, as Charles visits Jan in prison and they have a somewhat warm and friendly chat. Jan wants Charles to think that they never actually broke up, and She's still as harsh and manipulative as ever, and Charles is as sweet and good-natured as ever too. Learning that Charles is still in touch with his terrible killer of an ex-partner is a big twist that might be upsetting, but it does work for the story. Charles is the most innocent character in the trio, and while he is still heartbroken about Jan killing Tim Kono, it's hard for him to truly separate and move on from Jan. Charles still wants to find love, and it's tough watching him struggle with loneliness. 5. Alice lies about being the killer in the game Son of Sam. In the Season 5 episode The Tell, Mabel, Oliver, Charles, and Alice Banks, along with some minor characters, play a game called Son of Sam. The game takes place in darkness as one player has a card that says that they are the killer. Later, Mabel finds out that Alice lied about being the killer. This plot twist adds depth to Mabel and Alice's new relationship, which seems so promising. It's sad to see Mabel slowly realizing that Alice seems to have a lot of secrets, as Mabel deserves to be in a happy and healthy romance after struggling so much over both seasons of the series. Mabel has a hard time trusting people, and no one can blame her. Before Alice makes an art exhibit about Bunny's murder as season 2 progresses, Mabel discovers that Alice has made an art exhibit out of what happened to Bunny. Alice is one of the best new only murders in the building characters, and she becomes more layered as the episodes pile up. This twist is unexpected and suggests that Alice has been using Mabel to learn more about this true crime story. While Alice tries to apologize later on in season 2, Mabel tells her that she has lost all trust in the relationship, which is sad to hear. If Alice appears in the season 2 finale, hopefully Mabel will get a bit more closure about Alice and learn why she became part of her life. 3. Theo saves Mabel and she wakes up in his apartment. When Mabel wakes up in a strange apartment, she is understandably freaked out, and it's even more confusing to learn that Theo Demas found Mabel on the subway and helped her. Mabel's memory is fuzzy, and she's unsure what really happened, but she wonders if she stabbed someone. Since Theo and Teddy were presented as criminals in season 1, it's surprising that one of them would help a member of the trio. Theo has always been sweet and compassionate, and definitely more caring than his dad, so this is a moving plotline. Mabel is more determined than ever before to figure out what's really going on in her life and make sure that she doesn't become convicted of Bunny's murder. 2. Rose Cooper pretended to be Bunny's mom in the episode Framed. The main characters meet Leonora Folger, who they think is Bunny's mother. In episode 9, the trio learns that Rose Cooper, the artist who had an affair with Charla's father, pretended to be her. This is a big only murders in the building plot twist and shocks Charles most of all. He meets with Rose, and she tells him how much she loved and cared about his dad, and shares a heartbreaking story about needing to escape because of an abusive relationship. Charles shows his kindness in this scene as he feels terribly. 1. Poppy White is Becky Butler. The biggest twist of all comes at the end of episode 9, when Cinda Canning's assistant Poppy White tells Mabel that she is Becky Butler. Learning that she was the subject of Cinda's podcast All Is Not Okay in Oklahoma is something that no one saw coming. Did Cinda meet Becky Poppy in her small town and tell her to pretend to go missing so she could make a hit podcast about it? This definitely changes things, creating a villain out of Cinda if it's true, and makes fans even more excited for the season 2 finale when answers will be revealed.